Hello everyone, I'm Monica Maria Koros. I'm a lecturer at the Faculty of Business, newly rebranded as Transylvania Business School in Cluj-Napoca. We are part of Romania's largest university, Babeș-Bolyai University. We are one of the 21 faculties at the university. We are a pretty small business school, focusing on business administration and hospitality services. And we are one of the most internationalized faculties at Babeș-Bolyai University. Cluj is my hometown. I have studied here. I've earned my PhD here in management, and I currently work, as previously mentioned, at the Faculty of Business, teaching management and especially hospitality related disciplines such as travel agency management, international tourism operations, but I also have an entrepreneurship class.
Mm-hmm.
To proceed with Cluj, I can tell you that, I love my hometown. Cluj has become an eventful city. It was the youth capital of Europe in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and it has attempted to become a European capital, but we lost the title for 2021. We'll be back with that. Still, a lot of efforts have been done to organize a lot of public events, and especially cultural events. There are some really well-known cultural events, such as the TIFF, Transylvania International Film Festival, which has reached its 20th edition.
Mm-hmm.
There is the Untold Festival, which is going to be organized for the third time this summer. It manages to raise around 60,000 participants. The Electric Castle, which is organized in one of the villages nearby Cluj, at one of the most important castles in Transylvania,
Mm-hmm.
The Pontida Castle. We also have Jazz in the Park, which is a different way of organizing a festival. We have the Cluj Comedy Festival, a puppet theater festival, and a lot of other smaller events. And of course, we also have Christmas market. There is a big social challenge in there. Cluj is a multicultural city.
Mm-hmm.
There are Romanians, Hungarians living together and interacting on the business market, but there is an important Roma or Gypsy community, which unfortunately is increasing and not integrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's not unfortunate that it increases, but it's unfortunate that it doesn't get integrated.
Mm-hmm.
Although Cluj is among the cities with very low unemployment rates, because there are a lot of opportunities provided, especially by the businesses in the IT sector, but also by the fact that tourism increases. And there are other types of activities going on around.
Mm-hmm.
There is, as I already said, and as you also mentioned, a social problem, particularly related to the Gypsy community.
People from the villages move to the larger cities. How is that in Romania, and especially in Cluj?
Well, Cluj is a magnet for people not only from the countryside around, from the countryside in the county of Cluj, but also for smaller cities all over Romania, because the universities in Cluj bring a lot of students, and a lot of the students end up graduating and not going back to their hometowns. But from the perspective of the county of Cluj, the problem is actually related to the period of communism, when the idea of communism was to nationalize both enterprises and the pieces of land. The peasants were obliged to collectivize. Only there are businesses that have externalized some production in the previously industrial area, but there are former factories that have transformed in, for example, other types of areas. An example would be the former brush factory, which is nowadays known as the modern cultural, one of the modern cultural areas. Well, just a few facts about tourism in Cluj for the beginning, and then we'll get back to the idea of a new cultural center. Cluj-Napoca, the city, actually concentrates a really good part of the accommodation facilities in Cluj, and particularly of the hotels in Cluj, and moreover, it has registered very high growth rates. The entire country has registered growth rates in terms of lodging developments, but if you take a look at the figures in the appendix concerning tourist activity in Cluj,
what's so attractive about it?
There are some really attractive areas. Some have managed to create an international reputation, such as the village of Cluj, which is an agri-tourist village, attracting particularly international arrivals. There is a small Hungarian community, and basically the entire village is involved in agri-tourism. They have more than 45 boarding houses in the area, and they have a travel agency that attracts tourists from all over Europe, but particularly from Hungary and Germany. Just a fun fact, I had no idea about the developments of tourism in this area in 2001, but a German friend actually came there and we visited him while he was accommodated there. And the village was not advertising on the local market at all. They were only advertising online in Germany at that time. Then there are some some ski destinations. They have developed the ski area further on a plateau nearby in Buscat Resort, establishing Buscat Resort, which is a small resort but still developing. And there is another village, a very picturesque village, Marichel, which also has a small ski slope, but they are also very popular among tourists who like to go who are into mountaineering during the summer. One of the strengths of Romania and particularly of Transylvania is the fact that from an international perspective, we are a safe destination. We have not yet turned up on the terrorist map.
Very good.
As Europe already knows, we have a lot of, let's say, safety issues in terms of pickpocketing, and unfortunately, our pickpockets have become well known all over Europe. Cluj is a safe city, but there can occur all sorts of smaller scale inconveniences and let's say attacks at night in the dark or on peripheric streets, but also on downtown darker streets. So yeah, I used to feel safer 10 years ago when I walked at night.
Now
Well, I'm
working.
really curious to see what suggestions you have for the development of the cultural life in Cluj, particularly because there are some voices which are dissatisfied with the fact that most of the cultural activity takes place in the city center. And particularly due to the fact that most of the cultural activities are outdoor, and especially of the larger events. Except for the Electric Castle, which is held in a village in Bonsida, nearby Cluj, most other large events are organized either on the stadium or right downtown.